Men of today, hear this: the world is in need of you. Not the fragmented, distracted, or diluted version of masculinity that society has tried to sell you, but the timeless, unshakable, and classically masculine man. The kind of man who stands tall in the face of adversity, who leads with wisdom, who protects with strength, and who lives with virtue. This is not about returning to some outdated stereotype. It's about reclaiming the essence of what it means to be a man in a world that has forgotten. Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of resilience, discipline, and virtue, offers us a roadmap. It's a philosophy that has guided emperors, warriors, and thinkers for centuries. And today, it can guide you. In this video, we'll explore 5 ways to be classically masculine, drawing from the wisdom of Stoicism and the timeless principles of manhood. These are not quick fixes or superficial tips. These are deep, transformative practices that will challenge you, shape you, and ultimately empower you to become the man you were meant to be. So if you're ready to step into your power, to embrace discipline over distraction, strength over weakness, and virtue over vice, then this video is for you. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share has the potential to change your life. And if you find value in this message, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's spread this message to men everywhere, because the world needs more men who are willing to rise to the occasion. Let's begin. The first pillar of classical masculinity is mastering your emotions. This is not about suppressing what you feel or pretending to be invincible. It's about understanding that your emotions are not your masters, they are tools. The Stoics believed that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond. This is the essence of emotional resilience. Imagine this: you're at work, and your boss criticizes you in front of your colleagues. Your first instinct might be to lash out, to defend yourself, or to internalize the criticism and let it eat away at your confidence. But the classically masculine man pauses. He takes a step back and asks himself, what can I learn from this? Is this criticism valid? How can I use this moment to grow? This is the Stoic practice of prosoke, mindfulness, or the art of self-awareness. Emotional mastery begins with recognizing that every emotion has a purpose. Anger can be a signal that something is wrong, but it doesn't have to control you. Fear can alert you to danger, but it doesn't have to paralyze you. The Stoic man acknowledges his emotions without being ruled by them. He practices apatheia, not apathy, but a state of mind where he is free from the tyranny of irrational passions. To cultivate this, start by journaling. Every evening, reflect on your day. What emotions did you feel? Why did you feel them? How did you respond? This practice, known as evening reflection, was a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It allows you to identify patterns, learn from your reactions, and gradually gain control over your emotional landscape. Remember, emotional mastery is not a destination, it's a journey. It requires daily practice, patience, and a willingness to confront your weaknesses. But the rewards are immense. When you master your emotions, you become unshakable. You become the calm in the storm, the man who can face any challenge with clarity and composure. This is the foundation of classical masculinity. The second pillar of classical masculinity is embracing responsibility. The Stoics believed that every man has a duty, to himself, to his family, to his community, and to the world. This is not about burdening yourself with unnecessary obligations, but about recognizing that true strength lies in your ability to lead and serve. Let's be clear, responsibility is not glamorous. It's not about seeking recognition or applause. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when no one is watching. It's about being the man who steps up when others step back. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." In other words, true responsibility often goes unnoticed, but that doesn't make it any less important. Think about the men you admire most. Chances are, they are men who took responsibility for their lives and the lives of others. They didn't make excuses or blame others for their circumstances. They owned their actions, their decisions, and their mistakes. This is the essence of Stoic leadership. To embrace responsibility, start by taking ownership of your life. Are there areas where you've been avoiding accountability? Maybe it's your health, your finances, or your relationships. Identify these areas and commit to making a change. Next, look for ways to serve others. This could be as simple as being a better father, a more supportive friend, or a more engaged member of your community. Remember, responsibility is not a burden, it's a privilege. It's an opportunity to make a difference, to leave a legacy, and to live a life of purpose. The classically masculine man doesn't shy away from responsibility. He embraces it with courage and humility. This is the mark of a true leader. The third pillar of classical masculinity is cultivating discipline. This is the cornerstone of self-mastery, the quality that separates the ordinary man from the extraordinary. The Stoics understood that discipline is not about punishment or deprivation. It's about freedom. It's the freedom to live according to your values, to achieve your goals, and to become the best version of yourself. Discipline begins with the small things. It's waking up early, even when you're tired. It's sticking to your workout routine, even when you don't feel like it. It's saying no to distractions and temptations, so you can focus on what truly matters. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." In other words, discipline is about daring to do the hard things, even when they seem impossible. To cultivate discipline, start by setting clear goals. What do you want to achieve in your personal and professional life? Write these goals down and break them into actionable steps. Then commit to taking these steps every day, no matter how small. This is the Stoic practice of ascesis, the disciplined training of the self. Discipline also requires accountability. Find a mentor, a friend, or a community that can support you in your journey. Share your goals with them and ask them to hold you accountable. This will not only keep you on track, but also remind you that you're not alone in this journey. Remember, discipline is not a one-time effort. It's a lifelong commitment. It's the daily choice to prioritize long-term growth over short-term gratification. The classically masculine man understands this. He knows that true strength lies in his ability to control his impulses, to stay focused on his goals, and to persevere in the face of adversity. This is the path to self-mastery. The fourth pillar of classical masculinity is pursuing virtue. For the Stoics, virtue was the highest good, the ultimate measure of a man's character. Virtue is not about being perfect. It's about striving to live with integrity, courage, wisdom, and justice. It's about being a man of principle, even when it's difficult. The Stoics identified four cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom is the ability to discern what is right and act accordingly. Courage is the strength to face challenges and stand up for what you believe in. Justice is the commitment to fairness and the well-being of others. And temperance is the discipline to live in moderation and avoid excess. To pursue virtue, start by reflecting on your values. What principles guide your life? Are you living in alignment with these principles? If not, what changes do you need to make? The Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, can help here. Imagine the challenges you might face and how you would respond with virtue. This prepares you to act with integrity, even in difficult situations. Pursuing virtue also requires humility. Recognize that you are not perfect and that you will make mistakes. But instead of being discouraged, use these mistakes as opportunities to learn and grow. The Stoic man is not afraid to admit his faults. He is committed to continuous improvement. Remember, virtue is not just about personal excellence. It's about contributing to the greater good. The classically masculine man understands that his actions have an impact on others. He strives to be a force for good in the world, to uplift those around him, and to leave a legacy of moral excellence. This is the essence of Stoic virtue. The fifth and final pillar of classical masculinity is building resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. But the Stoic man does not fear adversity, he embraces it. He understands that adversity is not an enemy, it's a teacher. It's an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, every challenge you face is an opportunity to practice resilience. It's a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything. To build resilience, start by changing your perspective on adversity. Instead of seeing it as a threat, see it as a test. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger? This shift in mindset is the foundation of Stoic resilience. Next, practice gratitude. Even in the midst of hardship, there is always something to be grateful for. The Stoic man focuses on what he can control and finds joy in the simple things. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending everything is fine. It means finding strength in the midst of struggle and refusing to be defeated. Finally, remember that resilience is not about going it alone. Seek support from others, whether it's friends, family, or a mentor. Share your struggles and allow others to help you. The classically masculine man understands that vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a strength. Building resilience is a lifelong journey. It's about facing each challenge with courage, learning from each setback, and emerging stronger each time. The Stoic man knows that adversity is not the end, it's the beginning of a new chapter. This is the art of overcoming. Men, the journey to classical masculinity is not an easy one. It requires courage, discipline, and a commitment to growth. But it is a journey worth taking. Because when you master your emotions, embrace responsibility, cultivate discipline, pursue virtue, and build resilience, you become more than just a man. You become a force to be reckoned with. The world needs men like you. Men who are willing to rise to the occasion, to lead with integrity, and to live with purpose. So, take these principles to heart. Practice them daily. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. Together, we can redefine what it means to be a man in the modern world. If this message resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's spread this message to men everywhere, because the world needs more men who are willing to step into their power. Thank you for watching, and remember, the journey to classical masculinity begins today.